Ready for Kid News? So are we, but first we have an exciting new podcast to tell you about. Starglow Media is rolling out Musicland Stories. It's a weekly series that takes you on an epic adventure through the universe of Musicland, exploring all the magic that music brings to the world. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, January 12th, 2024. And we begin with another state attempting to sack tackle football for kids under 12. During a committee hearing this week, California Assemblyman Kevin McCarty, who introduced the bill, pointed to the elevated risk of head injuries that could impact brain development. He and other supporters are proposing flag football as a safer alternative. Many youth football coaches and parents oppose the change, but health experts, who also note the potential long-term impact of concussions on mental health, are in favor of the switch. The clock is ticking on a decision. The full assembly has only until the end of January to approve the ban. Then it would go to the Senate and Governor Newsom. No state has successfully sidelined tackle football for kids, though California tried once before, as have Illinois and New York. In other gridiron news, big changes this week for three of the game's most notable coaches. Yesterday, Patriots coach Bill Belichick parted ways with the team he led to 6 Super Bowl titles for 24 years. His most famous player, quarterback Tom Brady, saluted him on social by calling him the best coach in the history of the NFL. Across the country in Seattle, Pete Carroll is shifting his role to that of an advisor after 14 years at the top. And in the biggest shocker of the week so far, legendary Alabama football coach Nick Saban, who led the Crimson Tide to 6 national championships in 17 seasons, is hanging up his whistle. In addressing the media, he pointed to his age and a feeling that he could no longer give the game 100%. Alabama's athletic director called the 72-year-old Saban one of the greatest coaches of all time in any sport. Just one more reason to grab that reusable water bottle. In addition to the damage disposable bottles do to the environment, researchers have discovered that the water inside contains up to 100 times more pieces of invisible plastic than previously estimated, with on average 1 liter home to 240,000 tiny plastic particles. The new study, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, found not only microplastics, but also nanoplastics, which are even smaller and, scientists believe, more hazardous to your health. While the International Bottled Water Association says more research is needed, the Associated Press reports that the study's 4 co-authors all say they intend to cut back on their bottled water consumption. The field of Republican candidates for president has shrunk yet again. On Wednesday, just days before the official race for the White House kicks off in Iowa, former New Jersey Governor Christie admitted he had no clear path to the nomination and closed the curtains on his 2024 campaign. His exit leaves 6 GOP candidates vying for votes in Monday's contest. The biggest challenge for candidates may be getting citizens out of their homes. According to a meteorologist with the National Weather Service and the Des Moines Register, it could be the coldest caucus in Iowa's history, with evening temps forecast at -3 degrees and a wind chill factor of -22. Move over, grown-ups! New Jersey's largest city is setting the stage to let more students have a say in what goes on in their schools. This week, Newark City Council unanimously passed an ordinance to allow 16 and 17-year-olds to vote in local school board elections. Once signed by Mayor Ross Baraka and implemented into law, the change would add approximately 7,000 new, younger voices to the democratic process. According to Chalkbeat Newark, City Council President LaMonica McIver, who sponsored the bill, told reporters she was inspired to push this through by her own interest in civics back when she was 16, as well as by her 5th grade teacher, who now happens to be Newark's mayor. Still to come, what it takes to win the title of World's Ugliest Lawn. But first, we want to shout out Scarlett Mao of Palo Alto, California, who recently turned 13. Scarlett, your dad, mom, and grandparents want to celebrate you for being kind, sweet, unique, and funny. And they're excited to see what your future holds. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. California could be the first state to ban which sport for kids under 12? Tackle football. How old is retiring Alabama football coach Nick Saban? 72. What GOP candidate just dropped out of the 2024 presidential race? Christie. Come April, in what New Jersey city will 16 and 17-year-olds be eligible to vote in school board elections? Newark. In our KidNuz kicker, in the world of curb appeal, a vast stretch of brown dirt, clumps of random weeds, and a sea of holes dug by local critters may not be seen as ideal. However, the Swedish organizers of the World's Ugliest Lawn contest are hoping to flip the script. With the backing of Hollywood actress Shailene Woodley, they invited residents from all over the world to submit photos of their untended, unwatered lawns to raise awareness about water conservation and rethink the norms of lush green grass. The proud winner, Kathleen Murray of Sanford, Tasmania, received a certificate and a recycled t-shirt and says she is now liberated of ever mowing my lawn again. Thanks again to the Mao family of Palo Alto, California for underwriting today's quiz, and a shout out to new teenager Scarlett. And hellos and high fives to our KidNuz classrooms, Doc Rob and her Eagles at Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia, Mrs. Byher and her Tigers at Westward School in Allegan, Michigan, and courtesy of our parent council, Ms. Smock and Mr. Saloni at the Little Red Schoolhouse in New York, New York. Thanks for listening. Please remember to check out all our free resources, including January's Critical Thinking Worksheet, The Noodler, our Week in Review quiz, and for those who signed up, our weekly word search, which is in your emails. Have a great long Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz Monday morning.